What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? Oh man, it's kind of late, man. I'm starting late. Starting a little bit more late than I wanted to. I wanted to start at about 2. People getting out the club. People home by now. You know what I'm saying? It's all good though. Man, it's this week. Wow, this week. It was a little bit crazy, man. It was good. It was a good week for me. And oh my gosh, man. I can't, as far as me personally, I would have to say it was good. But it started out kind of funny because, I didn't know that the BET Awards was even on, right? Because I got my own thing going on Sunday night, so I don't really get to see any of the award shows, even if I really wanted to. Excuse me. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I had to wet my palate for a second. And so, yeah, man, I was I started listening or going through some of the stuff that had happened. It was almost like it was a Donald Trump bash fest again on one of those channels, and it seemed like one of the highlights was Eminem, and I remember him speaking out before on a couple things, but at the same time he never went this far, and I was like, whatever. So I watched it. It was, I guess it was Eminem. It was what he does. Personally, I didn't really take to it because I guess I read a little bit more on some of these topics. I try to get into it a little bit so I can be more informed about what's going on up in the forefront and behind the scenes. I can't say I know everything, but I can't even say I'm smarter than the average bear. I'm just saying, this dude, he's going in on my homeboy Trump, and a lot of the stuff that he brought up wasn't even. I don't even want to go into the whole piece that he did, because it was like some of it was not true to Eminem form, shall I say, in my opinion. But hell, maybe I just don't get it because I didn't listen too closely and go research or look up the exact words that he said, especially in the parts that I didn't quite understand. So that's just my novice take on that. So I don't really want to spend too much time on it. And then I'm looking, I was like, wow, man, a black guy got fired, and it's news, right? So I look at it and I'm just like, all right, a black dude got fired. Wow. All right, what did he do? Okay, so this dude in the NHL, I think his name is Brown. Where is that? Brown. JT Brown? Is it JT Brown? Yeah, so he held up a fist, like the dudes in the Olympics that year. And they called him into the office and was like, all right, bye. They were like, nah, man, we ain't doing that. I'm just like, but then I was like looking at, I was like, all right, that has to be like the only black dude in the NHL, right? But then I had to, I didn't want to say that because I hadn't looked at it, because I knew a dude back when I was in high school who played ice hockey, and I was like, wow, you play ice. So is it fun? You know what I mean? Somebody I could talk to would be like, I didn't know anybody who played it, and there it was, boom, right there. So I could ask him a question, but I figured it had to have been more. So I looked into it, and it was like, how many? Oh man, see, that's the problem with taking notes, man. You got to remember where you put them. All right, so they got. All right, so 25 to 28 people per team. Okay, hold on, never mind. So it's 86 black past and present NHL players. Right now, there are 27. Well, 26. I'm thinking because he got fired, and they listed his name as one of them, right? Okay, so that's 26. And then I was like, all right, well, how many players are there per team, right? Because I wanted to be like, all right, so it's like usually 25 to 28, because I was counting the number of like players that some of the teams had. And some of them had like 25, 23, whatever, right? And it's 31 teams. Okay, so really if you added up all the black people in there right now, you could pretty much form a team, unless none of them were uh goalies, I guess. I don't know. But 31 teams. So it's really like not even like one per team. So if you're looking at that, right, you're looking around and you got like you on one of them teams that has two, you'd be like, yes, hey, it's like you walking down the street, you see another black dude, you're like, oh, what's up, man? That reminds me of the time I was in Hungary, and the whole time I was there, man, I could probably count how many black people I saw on like a hand. I saw one after we left the airport. He was riding a bike, but I think they come from like different parts of Africa, based on, you can kind of look and tell, you know, uh, you know, I mean, they weren't American, you know what I mean? They didn't look like me, I don't know how he looked different, but, it's something. I haven't really studied it. So you looking around, man, and it's like, you know what I mean? At some point, you're going to have to like understand where you at. Because look, I've been in situations where both ways, okay? If it's more Caucasians in a place where you're not familiar or less familiar, right? Or even familiar, you just out, you're like the only black guy and you don't really know these guys, right? I feel like sometimes they're more open or free to say whatever they want, especially in the past, when I was younger, same with black people. If you have more black people and there's like fewer white people, or like let's say you got like what, 5-1, whatever, same thing. You're more likely to be around or say what you're gonna say. So if you're looking around and you like the only black dude, at some point common sense is gonna set in and be like, all right, I know my surroundings. Unless, you really, really want to make a stand. And he made a stand and he got fired. And I don't know who's wrong. I don't know the statutes and situations with that, but whatever, whatever, man. Hey, sometimes you gotta think about your own situation. Now, I think it said that his dad was the Wolfpack, NC State Wolfpack guy. I don't know this, financial situation, but hopefully his family is okay. You know, but you gotta be smart, man. You know, I was gonna make light of it, but it is what it is. I was gonna be like, let's sing a Negro spiritual for him or something, or it should be protests or whatever. But I'd rather not joke about it right now because it's like late, and I started late. I had some good stuff for that, man. Earlier, man, I was ready, dude. I was like in a mood, and now I'm all laid back, ready to take my ass to bed. Not really, but there's different modes in a day. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in a day, you like, you hitting on like all like 8, 10, 12, whatever, how many cylinders you got. And by the end of the day, like early morning, man, you be like, all right, putt. I said putt. Man, how did that conversation go, though, man? How did that conversation go? You gotta wonder, be like, I mean, what do you say? I bet it was the next day, right? I bet it was the next day, and it was an off day. Oh man, they probably had to talk it over with the lawyer. Say, yo, man, is this a statute in here where it says we can fire him or anybody whenever we want? Oh yeah, yes. No retribution. Oh yeah. They called them in. They were like, yo, man, look, that was some bullshit. That's fucked up. Hey, cause look, man, in these big organizations, I mean, especially I would assume in some of these one-on-ones, they straight up as much as they can be. You know what I'm saying? Look, you got your lower level, the people who pretty much are in contact with the customer base, pretty much, who probably get paid the least. Then you got the management, and then you got the upper management, and then you got the dude between the management and the upper management. It's real talk. Real talk. They not bullshitting with the lingo, Now, they might talk to the lawyers and say, all right, how should I put this is some bullshit and that was fucked up and we don't want this motherfucker around here anymore. Oh, okay. Well, this is not in line with the views and opinions of the organization and does not represent what we stand for. We support our, you know what I'm saying? So they got to cater that message, man. So, yo, man, fuck this motherfucker. They got to say, how do you say that? Says, okay, all right, let me work on it. Okay, here we go. That's because they can. And so if you're going to make a stand, you got to be ready for it, bro. Hell, sometimes I wonder, man, who's going to take a stand against my ass, because, I do a lot of, live stuff, and, I say a lot of stuff. But hey, I got a lot of stuff that I do. I work, man. I work hard, and there's no substitution for that. And I kind of let's say diversify, if I may. Um, it's it's hard, especially when you got to juggle a family, work, uh, projects, maintenance, maintaining your shit. You know. Okay, first of all, maintaining is hard enough. And then to have the energy, to have the drive to do more, and you know, maintaining that includes a lot of stuff, man. You're talking about the cars, the insurance, the bills, the house, the wife, the kid, the other kid, the homeworks, you know. Dude, shit gets real. So you got to keep all of that in consideration. But at the same time, you know, if you're gonna make a stand, do it. But understand that there's it's gonna be hard. That's where you got to look at, you know, whatever you're doing. If you already know going in that it's whatever you're gonna do is gonna be hard, then hard is just another day. And you can take all the stands you want. Yeah. Uh. Hey, this beat is all right. I might start flowing and shit. Do my own Eminem. Come on. What? How should I begin this again? 1 2 1 2. D Train sitting here on the mic. I tell you what, it's late at night, drinking a beer, sitting right here, hanging out with the people out there. It's after 3. It's actually 3:11. Hey, what's me? Hey, I tried to rhyme with something. Didn't quite work, but I'm gonna keep on bumping. What you got to say with D Train sitting right here in the garage of the ain't? I don't know what I was gonna say, but I'm gonna say something. So here we go, yo. Yeah, I suck, but that's all good. It's all good. Yeah, man. So I was watching the misanthropic one, and he was talking about this Eminem thing. So that's where I kind of was looking to get kind of a vibe. Got some ABL in there. I watched in on that a little bit, and they all brought up some good information and viewpoints on it, you know. And I agree with them, you know. They they touched on a lot of stuff, man. And they did such a good job. I don't even have to repeat it. Just go check them out. And then we had this German team that nobody knows kneeling. You know what I mean? I was watching this thing on Terry Crews. Terry Crews had this interview with one of the radio stations. I think it might have been in New York or something. Excuse me while I can I not drink on this on live? I'm gonna turn the camera off so I can drink my beer. Or I'm sorry, my tea. Am I allowed to do this? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Terry Crews, man, he touched on the Harvey Weinstein thing the other day. It wasn't him, it wasn't Harvey. I'm assuming, I don't know. He didn't name the person, but he touched on that about how some dude, one of the producers, just came up and grabbed his junk. And then he was talking about like going overseas and nobody knowing anything really about the football team and doing any, like what they're protesting or whatever, right? So he's like, he can't even find like football scores. Everything's soccer pretty much, right? Like nobody's watching, and fewer people are watching over here. But then I'm on Drudge, and I see that this German soccer team knelt or something. I'm like, why would you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if they knelt during the national anthem or whatever, but that would, I mean, why would, I mean, I can think of a few other things you could kneel for if you're a German, soccer team. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to point no fingers. I got four other ones pointing back at my ass. I'm just saying. You're going to attach yourself to a situation. You probably, you know. So this thing is getting like, you know what? I'm getting tired of y'all. I'm getting tired of all of y'all. Anyway, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try something here since Hold on, I'm gonna try it when I get back. Okay, so I'm just gonna let the music play while I go handle this real quick. I'll be right back. All right, check. Yeah, so let me see if I can figure some stuff out with this interface here. I'll try to put some stuff on the screen if I can. Hmm. Settings. check. All right. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's try this. Oh man. Hold on, let me see here. I apologize to y'all. I'm working through some things, yeah. Trying to see if I can wow. How about the cascading effect, dude? All right. Oh man, that sucks. How do you know what? I got to go back and figure out how to not do that. How to not get that cascading effect. I know there's a way. I just don't know how to do it right now. All right, let me stop that. Let me try something different. All right, so what does that look like? Oh, okay. That looks a little bit better. I can rock that. All right. Okay, how about oh man, Courtney Love. Wow. Can y'all see that? Y'all can't see that. Got this this thing on Courtney Love now, man. Courtney Love's talking about. Oh, that's right, man. She kind of outed Harvey Weinstein a few years ago. I'm gonna read this article. That's cool, man. Okay, all right. Hey, yo, I'm working through some stuff, y'all. I appreciate you hanging around if you are. But you know, I'm starting to see a few more dimensions of some possibilities that are possible. You know what I'm saying? Okay, the singer actress who says she wasn't a victim advised women in a 2005 interview, don't go if invited to producer's hotel room. Over a decade before some of Hollywood's biggest stars came out to accuse disgraced Hollywood film producer Harvey Weinstein of sexual harassment, the People vs. Larry Flint star Courtney Love warned up-and-coming actress of his bad behavior. In an interview from the red carpet of the Comedy Central's 2005 roast of Pamela Anderson, Love was asked by comedian Natasha Leggero what advice she has for young women trying to make it in Hollywood. I'll get libeled if I say it. Love 53 says at first in the video of the chat unearthed by TMZ. She then stops, hesitating. If Harvey Weinstein invites you to a private party in his Four Seasons hotel room, don't go, says Love. Damn. So this was back in 2005, man. Wow, 2005. So it's what? That was 12 years ago. Man. Oh well. Hey, all I'm saying is people were talking and nobody seemed to be wanting to listen. You know, it's It's coming out now, and he ain't the last one either. It's other people out there, getting ready to get outed on some stuff like this, man. This is, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing either, especially for the people that's, out there that's coming out about because, you know, they the first one to start talking shit about other people. You know what I mean? It's like, Harvey Weinstein, he's out there marching with the, the pussy hat ladies and shit, and Matt Damon and what's the dude? What's the other dude? Russell Crowe. Man, I love these dudes' movies, man. That's why it's kind of. I mean, look, I said it before, right? If you can't do without something, it's gonna bother you even more. Or if you enjoy something so much that stuff like this coming out is gonna affect you, then maybe you should push yourself away from it a little bit and focus more on the stuff that really on the things that really matter. Man, y'all should be home by now. It's 3:30 or somewhere, kicking it, having a beer, just like D Train, sitting at the crib, relaxing, sleeping. Most of y'all probably sleep. That's all right. Take your ass to bed. I'm just gonna keep on talking. So okay. Oh man, yeah, man. I had this great idea this morning. That's when I usually have my greatest ideas, but then by the end of the night, it's like I'm tired. I'm tired as hell, man. It was a good idea, but I don't feel like touching on it. But hell, why not right now, right? So I was thinking, I was like, I remember this one time I went to Hungary. I only been one time, and I need to go back really. But that flight, man, it's like, I don't like to be anywhere for like more than a little bit, and then you put me in a damn tin can and fly me over some water into an area that is kind of funny. It's kind of like less of me wanting to do that, but you got to do it. Family is important, definitely. On the way up there, though, we had a layover in what is it, Britain, Great Britain, UK. I forget them. Whatever. Anyway, Heath was it? Whatever. It's in fucking Europe, dude. We laid over there, and I heard the funniest. It wasn't funny. The situation was kind of messed up. The situation was kind of messed up, but it was still kind of funny. It was like I saw this young black lady. She was pissed off at one of the guards, and I heard her swearing and shit. Right? She was like, "Fuck off." Fuck off. She had an accent and she was swearing and shit. I was like, whoa, that was funny, man. I ain't never heard like somebody speaking English with a different accent, just go off like that. Like, but it was the reason it was so funny. Sorry. The reason it was so funny is that it sounded funny. I started to think, I was like, you know what? I think America has the best swears in the world. I think we do. I was like, you know what? I could cuss that guy out better than her. You know what I'm saying? But she probably didn't want to offend him because she probably knew her ass would be in jail or something. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, man, that's weak. You do better than that. You know what I'm saying? That's right, man. I figure I want to start something. I want to start like the best swear competition, international, right? International version. All right, you motherfuckers stand in a ring, right? And just start like cussing each other out and see. I want to, you know what? I was watching, I was watching, I didn't even watch it because I felt guilty for even thinking about watching it, but I'm going to go watch it now. It was like deaf people swear with sign language. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go watch that shit, right? I never watched it. I'm gonna go watch it now. But I was like, you know what? You could shit, man. Bring them into it. They're gonna lose every time unless they get like some social justice warrior like judges. No, I want to hear my swearing. I'm sorry, but I'm sure it would be interesting. Hell, you never know, man. I'm prejudging already, man. I haven't even watched the video, and I'm already prejudging the swearing of these different groups. But I think we should start it though. We should start that shit. Just like have an international swear off. You know, get like the best swears from like different. We would have to have it regionally first, so you could qualify to compete internationally, right? So we would have to have local, statewide, and you know, national, like America, right? And then it would have to be in your own language though. You know what I'm saying? Whatever sounds the best. We would have to have like international. Dude, can you imagine how complex the judging would have to be? Like the judges would have to really be like triple, quadruple lingual almost, some of them. Like you would have like the American man, he would just know American problem. No, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna put that on us. I know we got a bunch of people out here, Americans, who be speaking all kinds of languages, but in other countries, it's more prevalent that people speak multiple languages. So it almost have to be like a foreign panel. You know, throw a few Americans on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Get motherfuckers swearing at each other. You motherfucker. Yeah, fuck you. Okay, that was not a good representation, but I think we can build on that. And you heard it here first. What's today? October 15th at 3:30 in the morning. Yeah. That would be the shot right there. What in the world was that? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just the way my mind works early in the morning. I don't know. Samuel L. Jackson, he probably be one of the finalists. You know, he can throw down. But you know, you probably got like, you know, young people out there who like can swear better than anybody. And then you have to think about like like in between the different age groups, like which sounds better to whom, you know? Dang, man, this thing is getting more complex the more I talk about it. Wow. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I'm talking about this thing like it's getting ready to already happen. These are the logistical, like base floor, you know, brainstorm things that happen when you're talking about international, you know, swearing competitions. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about these things. You can't just slouch on the logistics. You know, Got your sign language. Oh man, now the judges are gonna have to have some no sign language too. Ah, at least a couple sign language judges. Yeah. What else we got to talk about on here? Oh, Halloween's coming. Oh, shnikes. Dang, man. Halloween's coming, y'all. Dudes. Oh, man. I remember Halloween back in the day. Oh, man. Halloween was awesome. I used to, when I was, what was it, high school. Maybe I should start back. This was maybe back when I was younger. We didn't really go because we kind of lived out in the boonies. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, I think maybe once or twice, maybe we went to the crab tree, got some candy. But I don't even think we did that until we really moved to Chapel Hill. That was like the first time, I really started going to the trick or treat. My dad, he was always like, "Oh hell no, that's the devil's birthday." And I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah, I don't want to celebrate the devil's birthday, man. That's fucked up, right? Celebrate no devil's birthday, but you get candy on devil's birthday." And you gotta be careful. If somebody giving you an apple, don't eat that shit, dude. Just fucking, all them stories about the, blade and apple or whatever, or needle or some shit. Oh man, just give candy, man. And give normal candy. People know what normal candy looks like when it's wrapped up. Okay, stop fronting. Giving weird candies and shit. Lollipops with the fucking wrapper that's on too tight. Just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Just buy some shit and give it to the fucking kids. But I remember this one time I took my sisters. I took my sisters trick or treating. So we're walking along, we're knocking on doors and shit, right? And so we come up to this one apartment and the light is on upstairs, right? And evidently the bed was right at the damn thing. Oh, that's the sound. Okay. Yeah, so the bed was right up against the window and the bed was rocking, and you could pretty much kind of hear a little bit, and we're just standing there like looking like, is this really happening? I mean, and my sisters are younger than me and I'm like older and I'm taking them. So I'm like, all right, let's go. We gotta keep it moving. I don't even know if they remember that. I wonder if they remember that time when we went trick or treating and the bed was rocking. Somebody was getting it on. And then when I got a little bit older, I got to the point where I could go downtown Chapel Hill, right? And so this was what? This was back in the 90s, 92, 93, 91, whatever. I was in high school. Um it was like it was cool because you could actually move, you know what I'm saying? There weren't as many people up as there are now. They blocked off that one part of Franklin Street. People would make their big, you know, like 2, 3, 4, 10 person costumes back then too. Then you got the other people that like me who would just dress up. I remember one time I went as Tupac because he had just got killed, right? CD Spangler walks up. CD Spangler was the president of the UNC system. So I guess at this point I was in college. So this had to have been like 93, 94, something like that. Well, whatever. Whenever Tupac got killed, it was that year, and he looks at me and says, "Who are you?" And he was like, "I said, oh, I'm Tupac." And he says, "Oh, that was unfortunate. What happened to him?" And I was like, "Wow, that dude knew who Tupac was." And this is CD Spangler. You know, go look him up. Look at him, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like he's got the glasses, the bow tie. Older Caucasian gentleman. You wouldn't think that, he, but, it was big news at the time. So he probably kept up on, issues. But, but back in the day, man, you could do that. They didn't block off all of Chapel Hill. You could get in. You can go up and watch people. Park down the street a little bit, walk up, you know. But I don't know. Now, man, it's like a it's like a national slash international place to go. Back then it was like kind of local, pretty much. As local as you could be in a town where you got international students. Students from all over the world, the country. You know, but they blocked it off, and you could walk. It was like space up there. Hell, I would walk on the sidewalk. Bars were open. You know, go in and get you a drink. Now you gotta like probably post up and just watch. You know. Now they talk about like 55,000, 70,000 people. I don't know how many is projected this year. It always seems to get bigger. I think the last time I went was 2002 or 2003 when I took my girlfriend, who then became my wife. And that was the last time I went, man. I was like, dang, this is huge. It's good to experience it and then, be done. But anyway, that's my Halloween experience. Now, what I do is I make sure the kids go out and have a good time. We used to go up to the Crabtree Valley Mall. Now, kind of moving towards staying more local around the neighborhood. Support our fellow neighbors. And sometimes I stay behind and just hand out candy. The old man handing out the candy. All right, what are you? What are you? Oh man, you don't even have a costume on, man. You too old, man. What you doing out here getting candy? No, I'm just playing. Everybody's good, man. I try to give out all the candy. And then the kids, they try to like dip in there and take their favorite. Like, man, y'all better get out of here. They'll be like, oh, they give crappy candy over there. But some people have their tastes and they love that, love the kind that you give out. So, but you can't go wrong with Snickers and Tootsie Rolls and some kind of lollipops and Jolly Ranchers and what have you. Some people give out the good stuff, man. Really good, man. Like, dang. But just do what you can do. You know, maybe I'm just softening up in my old age now. Ripe old age of 40 something. Yeah. Nah, man. Like my dad said today, man, I feel young. I just look like this. Yeah. So, anyway, I appreciate you. I'm going to head on out. Thanks for tuning in for as long as you did. I'll holler at y'all next time. Be good. Peace. This is D Train. D Train's bunk. I'm out of here. Might go get an hour or two of sleep and get up and maybe go do something with the lady and the kids. We'll see. Have a good night. Good morning.